In today's live stream video, we're going to discuss some news and events that are affecting e-commerce sales, as well as talk about some other reselling topics. When I have a live stream, I usually interview another reseller and I have them share their tips, tricks, and techniques that help make us more successful and profitable resellers. So if you're interested in reselling, then you are in the right place. I normally say I like to say hello to a few people in the chat and we shall get started, but today is Saturday. Very fortunate to have Randy Basic on to join me. I know Randy is extremely busy and he brought on our buddy Mike Flppin Goodies. So let me bring them both on. Both Mike and Randy are experienced resellers and have been business owners and entrepreneurs for many years. So let's bring those gentlemen both on. Hello, sirs.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon here, but I guess it depends. If you're out of California, it might still be morning. Actually, it's afternoon. It's noon, so okay. Okay, guys. I was telling you during the pre-show, I have about 4 different articles I want to talk about, things that are affecting us as resellers. Then I have several topics I want to discuss with you. So unless there's something extremely urgent you want to talk about, I'm going to get started with these articles. You can monitor the chat if something comes up exciting, just make me aware of it. Okay, guys. My first article I have is I actually did this because I didn't realize that Mike was going to join us. Randy was kind enough to reach out to Mike and have us join us, but both Randy and Mike are very active on the Walmart e-commerce site. I brought this up for you as far as resellers and also if you're consumers. Sellers take heed. Walmart offers extended returns during the holidays. Sellers will have to honor Walmart's extended returns policy during the holidays. Walmart shoppers who purchase items between October 1st and December 31st, 2023, will have until January 31st, 2024 to return their purchases. Only a few categories are excluded from the policy. Walmart told merchants who sell on its platform the policy will help boost sales and repeat customers. From October 1st through December 31st, 2023, all purchases in the store or online can be returned until January 31st, 2024, excluding wireless phones, Walmart protection plans, Apple Care, precious metals, and select luxury items. Amazon likewise offers shoppers extended returns during the holidays. Initially, Amazon's policy applied to purchases made beginning November 1st. In 2020, it rolled it back to October 1st, where it remained until the holiday season of 2022, when it applied to orders beginning October 7th. Amazon has yet to announce this year's extended return policy for the 2023 holiday shopping season. So again, guys, I wanted to bring that up because I know obviously you probably already know about that, but for the people that are selling and purchasing on Walmart, I wanted to bring that up to your attention. This is something that's kind of like overall e-commerce sales, but I wanted to bring that up. A lot of us are complaining about sales on the various e-commerce platforms, but there is kind of a little bit of a bright future. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Online holiday sales predicted to grow 4.8% over last year. Online holiday sales will grow 4.8% over last year, according to Adobe's predictions. Adobe released its annual forecast for the holiday shopping season on Thursday, which covers the period November 1st to December 31st, basing its prediction on its measurement of direct transactions online, including over 1 trillion visits to the U.S. retail sites. Mobile shopping is set to overtake desktop for the first time, driving over half, or 51.2% of all online spending this season. Despite an unpredictable economic environment where consumers face several challenges, including rising interest rates, we expect strong e-commerce growth this season on account of record discounts and flexible payment methods, said Patrick Brown, Vice President of Growth Marketing at Adobe. Buy it now, pay later, in particular, has become increasingly mainstream. Will make it easier for shoppers to hit the buy button, especially on mobile devices where over half of online spending will take place. Guys, while I'm thinking about it, I just want to remind you, if you can, when you're watching the video, just do me a favor and click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. This is something that will affect us, and I guess it was just a matter of time. Affects us as resellers, I should say. Actually, consumers as well. But Uber gets into the e-commerce product return. Uber launched a service to make it easier for buyers to return unwanted items ordered online. The move comes 9 months after DoorDash launched a similar service called Package Pickup. Uber said its new return policy, or return a package feature, lets customers order a courier to pick up their prepaid and sealed packages up to 5 at a time and drop them off at a local post office, UPS, or FedEx. Customers can track their package in real time in the Uber app. The courier will send a visual confirmation or photo of the receipt when a drop-off is completed. Uber is charging a $5 flat fee or $3 for Uber One members. Packages sent using Uber Connect have specific monetary value limits and weight limits per vehicle type. Additional items restrictions may apply. Return of packages available starting October 4th in Uber and Uber Eats apps for customers. 4,950 plus cities throughout the U.S., including most metro areas. Okay, guys, I have one more article I'd like to share with you, and then we'll get into some topics that we can discuss with Mike and Randy. What to buy and skip during Amazon's Prime Big Day deals, according to the expert. Black Friday and Cyber Monday are around the corner, so consider holding off adding toys and TVs to your cart this Prime Day. Prime Day is almost here. Again, on October 10th and 11th, Amazon is hosting Prime Big Deal Days, second mega sale of 2023. You don't have to wait to start shopping. Early deals have already begun. Just like July's Prime Day, October's event gives Prime members exclusive access to discounts across all product categories. But this time, expect an emphasis on gifts. Many items are on sale during Prime Day. It can be challenging to narrow down your wish list. One of the best ways to do so is by identifying what's worth buying now and what you may find better sales on later this year. A little bit of everything is on sale during Prime Day, but the best products to buy are the same year after year. Amazon-owned devices and brands, like those part of the Echo, Fire TV, and tablets, Kindle and Ring collections, as well as Alexa-enabled tech. If you sell on Amazon platform, I'm sure you're aware of when Prime Day starts, but as a consumer, even a reseller, there may be some opportunities for you to save some money. Okay, guys, my first topic I wanted to discuss with you was, this is before I knew that Mike was going to join us, so thanks for joining us, Mike, is Randy, I want to just touch base again with you on the Macari sales. You keep telling me every time we talk offline how well your daughter is doing in Macari, so why don't you just touch on that and discuss that a little bit about what's going on with her, how many items she's listing per day, what kind of success she's having, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, she has too many items. She has a 1-year-old that she has to contend with, who likes to get into the pictures. So, yeah, so that's a real detriment. But she's selling 5 to 10 items a day, and has done a whole lot better than I really had expected her to, because I really didn't do very well on Macari. But it shows you that I'm not the person to be selling on Macari. All sites are different. They have different audiences. They have different types of buyers and clientele. So depending on what you have and what the way you present it, I see her presenting things in a totally different way than I would. So she does better than I did because she presents some of the same items different than I did. So it worked out for her. I wouldn't sell on Poshmark. I'm not a social media type person. So, like Poshmark wouldn't work out for me and didn't work out for me. And, but I think if you're stuck on one site and that's the only site you're going to sell on, you're a little bit short-sighted, and you're really doing yourself a disservice, because maybe your personality has, a better chance on another site and is more toward what you sell.
She's selling on Poshmark also, or just on Macari?
No, she's just selling on Macari.
Okay. And she's selling mainly children's clothing, baby clothing?
Actually, she's selling, that's her primary target. I never thought it would do well, but shows to what I know.
And she hasn't cross-listed any of that clothing on eBay, I'm assuming.
No. I think eBay is overloaded with clothing.
I agree there.
Especially if you're a new seller. Yeah. If you're established and you have a following and a clientele, maybe you'll do well. But I don't necessarily think eBay is the place to start selling clothing. It's easy, but it's, there's a lot of work to clothing. People who tell you how great and easy it is, and you can list 100,000 items every 10 minutes. They're full of it. I'm not going to say what they're full of, but you know what they're full of.
I sometimes I confuse who I was speaking to about e-commerce sales and whatnot, offline or whatever. But I talk about it and tell you how I pulled all these jeans out of my women's jeans out of my inventory, and they say some of them are coming back, like the bell bottoms are coming back and the straight legs are coming back. And got to shout out my friend Beth Reseller Robo. She does very well with women's jeans. And of course, Megan Mulwiney, guys, if you don't follow Megan's YouTube channel or Instagram, very, very successful clothing seller, very innovative, and Megan's just top notch. In fact, I'm probably going to reach out to Megan and have her back on for the clothing sellers that follow my channel. But yeah, it's difficult. And like I said, I had a routine when I was listing women's jeans. That's what I first got into. I mean, it was Lindsey Glenn was the big reseller, and Prop Sales. He was big on selling women's jeans, and they were both doing very well back then. And I could get them for $1, $1 a pair on dollar days, and it would be like going to the bins. You'd be fighting with other resellers, but they sold relatively quickly. Now they're very, very slow for me. And I had a routine, like you were saying about selling clothes. I had a routine, how I would fold it, how I would picture. And I would take a group of like 5 different pairs at a time, and I would have a process. I know Randy, you're a big believer in processes, but it is very tough with clothing selling, especially on platforms like eBay. Is so oversaturated. I mean, I have new things listed. I have some nice things listed, and I can't give them away. Lisa C in the house. Great to see you again. Beth and I are always discussing how you're doing. We're concerned about you. Great to see you come in. Mike, I think you said you have sold on Macquarie, but you still do it or no?
I've sold on Macquarie in the past, but it's been something where I don't see, for me, where my business has turned, Macquarie's a downgrade. If eBay is not working for you, Macquarie's a step below eBay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's less viewers, less users, everything like that. So why would I take something that's not selling on eBay and throw it on Macquarie? To me, that's a waste of time. I upgrade. I go to Amazon and Walmart. So I'd rather go up in audience than down. So you'll see, you'll get a rush of sales when you first start, and you see a lot of YouTubers, but those sales will slowly start to diminish over time until they have nothing every day. And cross-listing to that platform for me doesn't really work out well. I know some people that sell Macquarie only and do very well, but it's just not a platform that I've ever felt like it was worth the extra time to push it over there. Plus, the apps I use don't push it there. So it's not an option for me. I have to use another app.
Yeah, when I first started,
I think the items that you sell, Mike, are more geared toward a different clientele anyway. I think Macquarie does well on lower priced items as opposed to a premium price item. It's just the nature of what that site is. I think it is primarily a under 25 crowd.
Yeah.
That is the Macquarie audience.
I heard video games do very well on Macquarie. That's the little bit I know.
Yeah,
about
video
Macquarie.
games are good there. But it's like any place else. You still get those ridiculous offers. It's just like,
I heard that about Macquarie. You got a lot of low ball offers.
Yeah, and it's like it's a platform where I don't think my time's worthy there, which is a big push for me because I'm part-time. So it's hard for me. I get home and I have a business to run also after I get off of work. So it's something that the sell-through wouldn't be there for me. So it doesn't work for me. Doesn't mean it doesn't work for other people. For me, it doesn't work.
Well, we all have the same amount of hours or minutes in the course of a day. Like I said, you have to prioritize your time, and you want to be, obviously you're running a lot more on Walmart. You're wasting your time doing work for Macquarie.
Right. But see, for Macquarie, and this is the feel I get. If my item doesn't sell within the first 3 or 4 days, it's not selling.
Oh, Macquarie. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm off into La La Land, and then you got to go in there and promote it, which means lower the price, right? Well, for me, the business, what I like is having one item and just going into that item and saying, now I have, instead of 20, Now I'm up to 80 and just changing my inventory. That's the business structure I like to do, instead of having the one-offs and trace and stuff like that.
As a side note, I think it's popping in my mind, and I tell everybody on the show I have ADD. I don't have ADD, hyperactive, but I have ADD. I forget things. But anyway, popped in my mind with the holiday coming, and remember everyone, Columbus Day or Indigenous People Day, Monday. The post office is closed. So, what are your thoughts? Are there any I may have discussed with you before? I'm not sure, and Mike, I'm sure it's come up on your channel before. But what are you guys' thoughts about running sales? And I'm going to mention someone that I will not name that person because I'm more than a little bit annoyed with him. But back in the day, he used to say, the old, bump things up, a little bit, and then reduce them and run a sale. What are your thoughts about running sales? Typically I just run things at the lowest possible I'm willing to take with a slight margin. And I'm bad because I turned off all best offers on my eBay listings, which I know is bad. It's a no-no. But I got tired of the lowball offers. What are your thoughts about running sales and best offers?
I think a lot of running sales are a waste of time. I do enough sales that I don't have the time to run sales. Now, maybe that's not how everybody runs. I think, you know what? Whatever works for you is what works. So, there's people who will raise the price $10 to attract people who like to just say, "Oh, it's on sale. I'm going to get $10 off." I remember even having wholesale customers who said, "Well, I get a 15% discount." I said, "That's okay, but you're paying 30% more than you should be. So you're really not getting a 15% discount. You're actually getting the discount and losing another 15%. But they still followed that business plan, and they felt it worked for them. So I guess it actually did, even though they paid more than they really needed to. I don't think there's one clear-cut way that everybody can use to run their business, because they're all different kinds of buyers. Yeah, there's only the buyers who buy things when they're on sale, whether they're really on sale or not. I know that, for instance, I won't name the store, but there's a store that continually has sales and continually has coupons, but it's all stuff that they raise the price on to begin with, to have it as a sale item. Well, you know what? To me, that's a waste of time. I really think that online sales are driven by those people who want things and they want them right away, and they don't want to have to go out and look for them. You know what? When I want something, I don't have the time to run to 17 stores and take a whole day. When basically a couple of clicks and buy it, and I have it in the next day or two. That's because my time is worth more than having to run around. If I want to go out and browse and take a day and say, "Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that," well, okay, maybe then. But overall, I don't think any of us here really have the time to do it. Mike's running around like a chicken with his head cut off most of the time, looking for estate sales and
But I'm at work. Come on. Be fair.
But you know what?
Mike's at work.
Be fair about it. I'm at work when I'm doing this, so I'm getting paid by my job to go around and look at estate sales. It's
right.
Different.
You're not getting paid to look at estate sales. You're going to estate sales while you're on the clock.
Correct. So it's a whole different. Like today, I was telling Randy. Today was the first day, probably 8 months. I've used my personal car to go sourcing. And that's the God's honest truth. I haven't taken my car except for today. I went back to 2 estate sales I was at yesterday to kind of clean up on the leftovers I didn't want to pay full price for, because she's 75% off today. So it was worth it for me to run out there real quick. But that being said, okay, I want to go back to your sale thing. Okay. To me, if you're going to raise it up and then put a sale on top of it, you're still going to be higher priced than most of the people, correct? if you're comping correctly.
Well, what I do is like I said, I'm not pretty low to begin with, and I raise it like maybe 10%, and then I reduce it 20%. So I'm basically I'm running a 10% sale, but I have quote unquote a 20% off sale.
Well, really, you're running more. You're running more than that, because as the number goes up, the amount off is more.
Right. Correct.
So here's what I've learned over the last 3 years now on Walmart, and I think this is kind of important to understand, that I sell more for more money on Walmart than I sell them for on eBay. Same item, or across the board, right? Same item, same exact item. I sell more of them on Walmart for more money. So why would I run a sale on eBay? You know what I'm saying?
What about best offers? Do you get involved at all with best offers?
I still have best offers available on eBay, but like all the CDs I'm selling, 95% are going through Walmart, and they're used.
Right.
Used CDs, and I get a premium for them on Walmart compared to eBay. I make like $2 more.
Right.
So again, I'm skewed because of that luxury I have. I have a coupon up right now, but I will not run a sale across the board on all my items. And half the people don't even use the coupon when they buy from me. And I'm at 0 promoted listings for all my new. I will not promote again.
Okay, you don't have any promoted
listings are all 0 promoted.
How about that? Okay.
Because again, like I said, Amazon and Walmart, I'd rather throw my stuff up there. There's none of the lowballing, because that doesn't happen at all. Either you're going to pay my price or you're not going to buy the item.
Right.
And it saves a lot of time and frustration of going in. So that's always, for me, that's my mentality these days.
Right. Let me share Tommy's. When you said about no promoted license, Tommy just popped in my mind, and then miraculously he was in the chat. Price versus median, sold price weighs so heavy on search results now that all the gimmicks are over, raising prices and taking offers, etc. You aren't seen, you aren't selling. That's fair.
Right. Which was my earlier point about Mercari being a downgrade in a platform compared to eBay. Same thing with Posh, downgrade.
So how long have you stopped doing permitted listings?
2-3 months.
Okay.
Because all my new listings, they will not be promoted. Anything I put up new is not getting promoted.
What are your results been?
Yeah, I mean, and Tommy is a pretty straight shooter. It's something where I'm sure he has a lot of advice on certain things. He did a great thing a couple of years ago on his show, where he had shown you what promoted listings were helping you or not helping you compared to a new listing. I forget the actual ratio, but I think it was something like every new, there was 3 promoted. So, you know what I'm saying? So like you put up a new listing, 3 promoted came in, then an auction, that was another formula put in there. To me, promoted listings, like you see a lot of people talking about, well, delist everything and start over. You got a few people trying that method. You got the ones that are constantly taking down their listings, put them back up. It's just a crazy thing for me. Like I said, I'd rather sell this stuff in other places at this point. Plus, I pay less fees.
What are your fees ballpark on Walmart? And I know it varies on the
dollar
value.
Anything under 10 is 8%. And then most things are 15, some are 20, depending on what they are. But for the most part, everything across the board is 15%.
I figure I average about 20% on eBay, and that's just using like 3% promoted listings.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you start promoting, I've heard people on YouTube say they're promoting at 20%.
That's insane.
That's a 30-year sale. Every sale you make, a third of your money is gone.
How much do they have to mark it up?
Huh?
I think half the people who sell on eBay don't take a lot of their costs into account. They don't take the fact that, they're paying a percentage on the shipping too. They're paying a percentage as far as that goes, really by having a store. They're paying a regular monthly fee. To me, selling on eBay is like buying a British car. They'll nickel and dime you to death. I mean, one of the most expensive cars in the world was Jaguar. Not to buy it, to maintain it.
Yep.
It was always in the shop. So are Rolls Royce. Every English car. The English shouldn't be allowed to build cars.
That's fair.
Click on Tommy's last comment.
I was waiting till you guys finished the uncover. Yep. Okay.
So this is what I was just talking about, where you did this whole breakdown of everything.
Pay per click, yeah.
So it's something that, like Walmart and Amazon have a thing where you can run spot. Just hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta take this.
Okay, take it. Okay, so talking about Tommy's comment, for those of you that I do recommend, if you're busy listing or whatever, and then Randy's a big believer in not getting distracted when you're doing your listings, but you're playing this like a podcast, paying attention. I do want to read Tommy's comment for you. Tommy says it's changed much more with PPC, or pay per click. Used to be 9 standard promoted for every 20 on average, leaving 11 spots for new listings, organic, and auctions to fight.
Yeah. Which, like I said, it was a couple of years ago he did this. So I was going by memory. So
yeah, I'm not a fan of pay per click, but I guess some people use it on Amazon. I mean, they're the ones that originally came out with it, I'm assuming.
And before I had the phone ring, I was saying you could promote on Walmart and Amazon also if you want to. I don't know if Randy does. I don't, but you can on those platforms also. But to me, I don't think it's worthwhile myself. As long as you're competitive with your pricing, you're going to sell. So, and Randy, do you do that at all?
No, not that I haven't considered it. I'd like to see what the difference is by doing it, not doing it. There may be a good opportunity. I really can't comment because I don't know from experience.
Yeah.
So today you haven't done any kind of promotion on Walmart?
No. I can barely keep up with what I do.
Yeah, I know that.
And, I'm a 10,000 square foot warehouse with few people who work there. And it's difficult to keep up and maintain a good level of customer service. But we sell on more than one platform. We sell not only on Amazon, but we sell to Amazon.
Yes, you told me that, right?
We send out full tractor trailer.
You're a third-party seller, plus you're a wholesaler.
Yeah, and a manufacturer.
Right.
But everything is. Every retail store is different. Okay, I mean, you have Starbucks. Starbucks is becoming less and less a coffee company and more fruit drinks. If you walk into a Starbucks, you'll see that many people are not buying coffee beverages.
Okay.
And as far as straight coffee beverages, just coffee itself, not that much compared to everything else they sell. Okay, but that even beyond that, every coffee shop is different, and it really attracts different kinds of people. So every business is like that, and it's good. If somebody asks me, well, what do you think the best coffee is? Well, my answer is the best coffee is the one that you like. It's not the one that I like. My taste isn't the same as yours, and never will be.
So if you like those $6 a big canned coffee, good for you.
Hey, when my wife's grandmother lived with us, okay, we had coffee here that you used to have to pay $100 a pound for.
Holy crap!
She drank
That's a long time ago.
Yeah,
she drank instant. Okay.
So when you can drink the rarest coffee in the world and you want to drink instant, to me that tastes like burnt tires. But that's what you enjoy. And it shows you that there's an audience for everything. I used to go into the Goodwill store and look and go, who the hell would buy this? These clothes, they're awful. And then I went shopping one day at Walmart and I saw who the hell was buying those.
That's
Yeah, and
that's the other thing is when you're in these stores walking around, it's not to look for what's on the shelf, it's what's missing on that shelf that you need to figure out. That's what I do every single time I walk in there. Just walk around the store and see what's not there.
yeah, that's definitely a skill. That's not something that you have to learn it. I know there's some kind of retail accountant. I forget the guy's title name on YouTube, but he does tremendously well with RA. And his big thing is I always talk about on this channel constantly about building relationships, and that's what this guy does. He has relationships with the general manager of Walmart, with the department managers of Walmart. The employees. He knows when things are being stocked. He knows when things are going on clearance, and he can speak to somebody, a department manager or a store manager, say, "Hey, you got a lot of these on the shelf. Can you work something out with me? Give me a deal." Because I'll buy them all. That works well for him.
There's tricks to the trade, that's for sure.
Yeah, when I think he told you guys, and I really mentioned it, when I first got involved in this business, I wanted to sell on Amazon. I was just overwhelmed. I was trying to do RA, and I just got overwhelmed by it. But that's part of the information that you learn from these different courses and things is that to do RA, you really have to, like Mike says, you really have to know what's selling, and a lot of times you can buy things retail and sell above retail and still make money.
See, with RA is
really asinine.
I don't want to insult people, so I'm trying to think of the wording I want to use here. Is a dead end business structure. Your profit is not that high when you're doing RA. You got to be careful of what you're buying, especially if you're going by Amazon standards, because if it's on clearance by you doesn't mean it's on clearance by me, but it might be on clearance by me. Then all of a sudden you walk into that store and you say to yourself, let's just take a $10 item, right? We'll say it's $10 on clearance. It sells for $30 on Amazon. Okay. The day you walk in the store. Okay. So you walk in there and you buy 3 because that's all that's on the damn shelf is 3 left.
Right.
Okay. You're not walking into Walmart and buying 50 of something. You're going in, you're getting 2, 3, if you're really lucky, 10. Okay. So then you get them, load them up, put them on Amazon or wherever you plan on selling. Let's say we're selling for 30. But now there's a rush to the market because everybody saw the clearance and everybody's in on it now. So now the question is, are you willing to wait out and sit back and wait for the people to clear out? Or are you going to start getting nervous about your money being tied up and then start selling it off as it decreases in value? So in the end, unlike eBay, where you're trying to buy stuff for $5, $10 and sell it for 50, 100 sometimes you get super lucky and it's a $500 item. Those are rare, but I'm just saying it's a bigger margin to work with where you can kind of squeeze yourself down a little bit. But when you're doing RA and you're looking at, you look at your numbers on Amazon, you can tell it tells you exactly what you're going to make. Let's say it's $7. But every time you lower $1, now it's 6, now it's 5, now it's 4. Next thing you know, you're trying to break even and get your money back. So RA to me is kind of, to say the least, very risky. And over time will burn your money out and you'll be broke.
Well, I don't want you to give up your golden goose, but am I mistaken that aren't you purchasing things, replens that you're selling on Walmart that are RA? Or you getting those all wholesale now? You get them all wholesale now? But at one point you were buying retail, right? And now you're getting wholesale?
Well, I mean, I can walk, but see, the problem is I'm not buying clearance items.
Correct. Yeah. You're buying, as I'm talking about, things right off the shelf. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm buying stuff that's always in stock.
Okay.
I could always build back up. So if I buy enough the first time, let's say it lasts a week, I can go back a week from now and most likely I can get that same item again. Okay. So even my wholesalers run out of supply sometimes. Like I'm short on a few things right now. I'm waiting for them to come back into inventory. And, I'm taking a hit on those sales right now, which I'm in prime time for the items I'm selling.
Okay. So you like I said, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were buying things retail arbitrage, and then you reached out and you researched to find out wholesalers. Is that what you've done?
Well, I have a different meaning for retail arbitrage. I mean, a lot of people look at retail arbitrage as clearance section only for the most part. There are items you can find on shelves in there you can pick up and then sell for more online. Because I did a video, I think it was a year ago or something like that. I walked into Walmart, picked up 15 things. By the time I got in my car, they were all sold. Okay, so
you were listing them as you were in the store, basically.
Yeah. So the question is because I can go to Inverness, let's say, I can go walk into Inverness Walmart, go in and there might be 20 on the shelf. Randy taught me this one. There might be 20 on the shelf at my store. But that doesn't mean Miami has them in stock, or California has them in stock, or New York, or wherever. Okay. So the advantage of that is Walmart doesn't use their stores as warehouses. What's in the stores is to be sold in the store. So if you're in New York, you go on Walmart to buy something and it's not your local stores, but you still want it, then you're going to buy from me at my price. And that's how it works. It's simple.
Buying that form is an easy way to test items. If it's, no matter what you buy, you really do not know. So if you want to go in and you say, you know what, I can look at this, I can pick it up, I can feel it, I can say, okay, this is going to ship for X amount, so I got myself covered here. And I'm not spending a whole lot of money to test an item. If this doesn't work, well, you know what, maybe I can use it in the garage or whatever. Okay, but if it does work, this is something that I can start to build and create building blocks to growing my business in a more sustainable and safe way, as opposed to going into a thrift shop and picking up a rock t-shirt that I'm going to sell once. And you know what, maybe the Department of Health and Stupid Services says that this has some kind of poison embedded into it, so now I can't even sell it.
Yeah, it becomes a virulent for whatever reason. Yeah,
I think what Randy was talking about is very true. And what's really nice, what I've learned over the last few years of being in that position, is I can almost predict how much I'm going to make every single week. Just bottom line. Okay, I'm not counting eBay sales or anything. I'm talking about bottom line every week or every 2 weeks when we get paid. I have a rough estimation of where that number is going to be. And that number has been steady for me. It doesn't fluctuate. Like, you see people that say, I did $700 in sales today, but tomorrow I only did 100, or the day before I did 50. And you know what I'm saying? They're not like all over the place, pretty much flat line right across the board. As I add product, the number slowly goes up on it, but it's pretty much a flat line. I don't have these huge fluctuations in how much sales go through every single day. And the great part about it is 95% of my shit is done by them. I don't do any of it. It's already in Walmart.
Yeah, like fulfilled by Amazon now. You have fulfilled by, I don't know what
Yeah.
they call it, but
So
business
95%
fulfilled by
I
Walmart.
don't even touch.
Yeah.
I used to go crazy packing, but Randy kicked me in the butt about that too.
Yeah, I never understood that, but you're smarter than I am. While we're on it, I guess, again, I tell you, I get sidetracked sometimes, but why don't you talk about your 60/40 rule? I figured that would be a great segue to that. There was a video on that on your YouTube channel.
60/40 for me is, I feel like a viable way to do things here. Now, if you're real, like in a real tight niche that has high sell-through rate, then this doesn't pertain to you per se. But for a lot of us that do a lot of swinging back and forth of, I'm an everything seller, I sell this now, I sell that. my thing is try and get down to 60% is like one-offs, so that those big hits are still available to you, and then 40% is replens, that you can get inventory all the time whenever you need it and constantly sell a product that's sitting there. For us, somebody buys something on Walmart or Amazon from me and it's a replen, they need it every month or every 2 weeks, they're buying it from me again. So it's a perfect setup if you can build it that way. It takes time. It's not something you just walk in and say, I'm going to start doing. Right. It takes time to do some research and find things that are viable to will sell like that, and then build from that. So that's how I look at it.
I think you may have mentioned, and I could be mistaken here. I think you mentioned, like, think about things that you use on at least I said that you use on a regular or semi-regular basis.
Right.
I mean, I know Randy is big in cosmetics now. I mean, he's, got a hook up for cosmetics, but that's something that basically replens that people use, on a regular basis. They use it over and over and over again. I mean, right. I'm not saying no food, because food could be basically a wholesale and maybe expensive to ship, but there's smaller items. Is that kind of how you came up with the 60/40?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I'll give you an example. This weekend happens to be the perfect example. I found 2 of my holy grails at an estate sale. Okay, really? One is a dual record player. Okay, I just sold one 2 weeks ago. So I found 2 of those within a 2-week span. The last time I had a dual was probably close to a year ago, and I found 2 in 2 weeks. Okay, and then this weekend I found a Sansui. It's not my holy grail of Sansuis, but the 5008 is a good receiver. It's like a $350 to $400 receiver, and I got that for $30, and I got the dual for $20. Okay, those are great hits. Everybody loves those hits. Who doesn't want that hit?
And so, especially if it works. But can you buy a belt for those if for the reason it's not working?
What's that?
Can you repair them, like buy the belt for the turntable?
It depends on if it's belt driven or not, but they're all different.
Most are belt. They're all different. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if the belt is bad, you could buy the belt. And a lot of times the belt stretches. Like the dual I have today, it's stretched, so it's on, but it won't spin at the right speed. So now I gotta get a new belt for it. I'm going to part this one out. But so those are great. Okay, but the last Sansui that I had of a receiver that was worth anything was the 9090 DB. That's over a year ago. Now that one I picked up for $250 and I sold it for $2,000. But those are like one-offs of the rarity. You know what I mean? That's like super rare. Yeah, I mean, this is stuff that we grew up with as kids listening to, Sansui and the old Kenwoods and stuff like that, where now the replens are a no-brainer. Because like I said, let's say that one, the 5008 sells tomorrow. All right. So I made $300, let's say. Okay. I can guarantee you I'm going to make more money today on my replens than that whole setup, because I know what I sell every single day.
That's
it's also but I do very well with my electronics as far as returns. Plus, I have an alternative scheme behind it. Ship it FedEx. It's the safest way if it gets damaged, because I show videos of it working on eBay, so you can see that it's a working unit. And then if it winds up at your house and it doesn't work for any reason, ship it FedEx. It's the easiest place to get your money back on.
So you think FedEx is the best as far as things are being shipped in transit? They're better as far as paying claims?
I don't think I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying your opinion.
No, that's not my opinion. It's a fact.
Okay. I know, Randy, what you're doing, like 99% now with FedEx?
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean some of the smaller resellers might want to use like USPS for like Ground Advantage and this type of thing.
No, I think Ground Advantage is great. I think it's one of the best things the post office did in a long time.
Seems to be for me almost as fast as first class was.
Yeah, it really is. They haven't figured out how to slow it down. They will.
Yeah. Sure, they will.
Yeah, Roman, absolutely.
They're building 49 new distribution centers across the U.S. as we speak.
Yeah, Roman says anytime pickers, as long as you package it properly, there is a higher chance that it will get to the buyer in one piece.
Yeah. If you ever see my packing videos, if that's not packed properly, then there's a problem. Except for that one person that did not like the way I packed the stereo record player. The longest response on YouTube ever, I think. Like 4 paragraphs he wrote about it and how I did it all wrong.
Okay.
That was great. But let me ask a question. When was the last time you sent something priority?
Been a while, because I used to sell a lot of women's jeans and I used to ship them priority, and I haven't been selling women's jeans lately. So it's been probably 6-8 months.
No, I'm just saying, Ground Advantage has made a big change.
Oh yeah, I do Ground Advantage. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't shipped anything priority recently, but I would like I would upgrade shipping for high end items that are more expensive.
Sure,
just to get it there faster.
And Ground Advantage.
M&M's priority.
Huh?
I said I send M&M's priority.
Yeah, I got them priority. Yes, I did. We were doing a trial on how M&M's travel.
Yeah, well, you got to be careful. Like Randy was saying, pre-show, that you got to be careful, obviously, with candies and things that can melt this type of year. But we're hopefully rolling into the cooler weather. A couple other topics I want to bring up, guys, and keep track of the time.
Bring up Tommy's point real quick. I'm very interested to have that read.
Tommy says, I only use priority with the option for Ground Advantage because Ground Advantage ranks lower in search.
Makes sense.
So, Tommy, you're saying on the eBay platform, if you have a quicker delivery service, it gets higher search rankings? Is that what you're implying?
Makes me think about me. I use what is it called? Select, I think it was back in the day, right? USPS Select as my free shipping, because it's the lowest one you can use, and I always upgrade from there, which is probably a mistake because, especially my heavy items, I know they're not going that route. They're 90% of the time are going to go FedEx. Okay. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Time and customs, handling time, and transit time are part of search results. Okay.
Yep, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
That there is something that I should really start looking at, because, I mean, we have the same problem on Walmart. If we don't, not only everybody, because it's funny when you listen to eBayers talk about eBay, how bad it is. I haven't been able to get on Walmart Canada for 3 days. 2 weeks ago, I couldn't even log into my Walmart Seller Center in the United States. For 4 days, I couldn't get on it. So we have what they call lost after delivery.
Yeah, Randy told me about that, and you mentioned it on your show. I was like, really?
Yeah, because there's no such thing as, here's my tracking showing delivered. You can show the picture of the mailman sitting on their front door with the package held up over his head. They're still getting refunded. And as far as support's concerned, support is, you put in a ticket. I don't even put tickets in anymore, but you put in a ticket, about a day or two later, you'll get, we resolved this problem. If there's any other situation, please respond to this message. Otherwise, we consider the case closed. And they have done absolutely nothing to resolve any problem. It's just like an automated message you get from that.
Yeah, well,
so, like I said, all the glitches that are supposedly going on with eBay, try Walmart on for size.
Yeah, I don't even get involved with
glitch inventory on an item and go on the website, and you're not even a seller.
Yeah, I read some of these e-commerce newsletters things. They're always talking about the various glitches on eBay. Unless it really affects all of us, I don't even get involved in that, because you just get bogged down in that. But a couple other things I want to bring up. One thing is, and I discussed this actually with Randy offline before we started the show. I've had several experiences dealing with this on eBay, and so is a friend of mine. Like your opinions, Randy and Mike, What are your thoughts on sellers listing items as open box or new other on eBay? And what is an open box in your opinion?
I personally, if that box is in fact sealed, the item's used now. For me, I list it as used or pre-owned.
100%. 100%. Just to show you, probably won't do this justice there. I probably won't be able to see it too well, but something I bought. Put myself on full screen here. Bought this just basically. I got a deal on this on eBay for my YouTube. It's a portable mic. It could be a mic stand. But anyway, it was open box. The box was torn. You probably can't see this, but the box is, maybe able to see it. Box is stained on the back. Everything was open. It was a mess, and the guy listed it as open box. So to me, that's not open box. To me, that's used. Whether and it has an Amazon sticker on it. So either the guy purchased it from Amazon and then used it sparingly, or it was a return, or maybe you bought it at a thrift store and sold it as open box. I'm sorry, that's not open box. Randy?
Well, I agree.
I mean, even things such as return items, I mean, that you're buying from Walmart or from Amazon, technically that should not be listed as open box. That should be listed as considered condition. I mean, if you got something that was a return and it's in great condition, put used, very good condition. I'm sorry, it's not open box.
Yeah, new is never been opened.
Right.
That's the only way you can sell that new. I'm trying to think of an instance where you might be able to grab something, but unless maybe you personally bought it yourself to use it for yourself and then opened it and put it right back, didn't even take it out of the box, and then kind of put it on a shelf for a year or two and say it's open box, because you know it's never been out of that box.
Right. If everything hasn't been taken out of the packaging and hasn't been used. Okay.
Otherwise, how do you actually prove that though if you never owned it originally? That's my problem with that. I mean, I watch people on YouTube send out electronics untested, but say it's tested anyway. Don't tell you there's anything wrong with it. Don't know if it even powers on, but they send it on out.
Whatever I'm gonna say here, he says that sometimes they just open the box but don't unwrap anything inside the box. Well, that's fair. If you got something and nothing's open and packages aren't open, you've never used it, okay. But that's again, I was telling Randy pre-show, my friend buys these Bluetooth headsets for driving when he's for his cell phone. And, 3/4 of them say open box. Like Randy says, you don't want to buy something that's been stuck in somebody else's ear, even if it was just once. And who knows if they even sanitize it? And he's had mixed results. Sometimes it's literally brand new open box. Other times they're used, clearly used.
I like to use pre-owned.
Pre-owned. That's good.
Seems a little nicer verbiage. Doesn't mean anything different, but I'm just saying it just seems nice.
Yeah, it's true. Pre-owned. Yep. One other topic, and this is something I wanted to bring up. This is personal and it's definitely business related. Discussing with Randy, I've had a huge problem with this. I wonder if any of you, again, guys, I know it's Saturday, not a lot of people are in the chat currently, but some of you, I'm assuming, are going to watch in the replay. So you can leave these, and if you have any ideas in the comment section or in the when the video post, you can leave things on the video itself, the comments. I'm having a huge problem with my Zebra printer. It just stopped communicating with my computer. My computer is Windows 10, for those of you that want to know what the type of computer is. I have at least a dozen hours invested in it, trying to get it to work. I've tried 3 different computers, new power cable I purchased, and I've used several different USB cables. Can't get it to work at all. So, Randy, you and I have discussed this. Mike, I don't know if you have any ideas, or anybody in the chat. And obviously, going back to a, whether it be an inkjet printer, or it's ridiculous. I mean, the time you spent cutting the labels, and they're game changers, thermal printers. Mike, what's your experience?
Depends on your volume, I would say.
Right.
Because you can get the sheets from UPS. You're not supposed to, but you can.
But I don't. Yeah, I don't.
No, I'm just saying you could actually buy those too if you wanted to. The
Right.
sheets that go through the printer that gives you like a, I don't know what size label. What is that? 8x10? What is that label? It's bigger than a 6x4. I know that.
I just use regular paper on my.
Well, it
4x6
takes one half
on my
a page every time you print. So you print it and you flip it over and you print it. You could get 2 labels out of one thing.
If you're printing, yeah, 2 at a time, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So that, but I don't use a Zebra. I got a Dymo.
Okay. I've heard mixed results about Dymos. You've had good success with it.
Have you updated the drivers?
I've had it since I started.
Updated the drivers, uninstalled, reinstalled multiple times, 3 different computers.
Well, when you uninstall it, you also want to get rid of the old drivers too.
I have. Absolutely. And I've restarted the computer. I've unplugged everything and let it sit overnight. Shut down the computer, shut down the power, disconnect the power supply, everything out, not even connected. Nothing.
Adam, what Tommy said, those things, I've heard good reviews on these damn knockoffs.
Right.
So you might want to look at those.
Yeah, I mean, Randy helped me with this one. He gave me a deal on this, and it worked well. The power cable, he had used electrical tape on it, and then it just stopped working. And I just assumed, okay, well, the power cable's bad, so I ordered one on eBay for like $9, and then it wouldn't work at all.
I have a Zebra out in my garage. I need to test. I still haven't
Right.
tested. It's sitting on my desk for a month now.
Well, I'm going to probably play with this for another couple of hours, and if not, I think I'm going to take Tommy's advice and just order one just to have something, and I can always go back to the Zebra if I have to. So, hey guys, so again, if you have any ideas as far as that, Tommy said they're identical to the roller printers.
Yeah,
they have identical printer roller, just branded theirs and working way better. Okay, thanks for the tip, Tom. Appreciate that. Like I said, this is like, over 12 hours I've invested in this. It's just got to the point where like it's not even worth being aggravated. And trying to buy them one. Randy says to check out Facebook Marketplace and eBay, and I'm seeing it for $150, $200 for a used Zebra printer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that you can find a bargain occasionally. And like Mike says, some of them they say tested, and they're not really tested. People just get them and they send them out.
And don't ever buy the Dymo 100 M100 scale.
Is that the one you got from Staples that doesn't work?
Some of it just, I swear I want to kill somebody. I get this thing in, and this thing is a absolute monster. I have an Accutech on my desk, which is
I use Accutech
6x6 or whatever size it is. First of all, this thing is like 18 by 15.
Holy crap.
Okay. Then I put like whatever I had on my desk was like 8 ounces, wouldn't register. I put one of my sneakers on there, which is over a pound, wouldn't register. Put 2 sneakers on, came up at 7 ounces. So I went back and I did some more research on this stupid thing. And this was the biggest complaint about it, is that it doesn't register anything under a pound. So while you're selling a shipping scale that says envelopes up to 100 pounds, that doesn't register under a pound. So I went out because I'm looking for a USB supported printer for VEQO, because this way I just put it on the scale, I pull it up, and it automatically fills it for me, the weight. Saves me a step, right? Well, it's been nothing but a headache so far.
Right.
But we're getting closer. Now I have the M25. If I can figure out how to not have it shut off, I'd be golden. So little to say, I got a box at my front door waiting to go back to Amazon tomorrow, Monday.
Lisa, I'm not particularly looking to buy a Rollo. If you have the Rollo that you're selling, whatever, just reach, how to contact me. Just reach me offline and let me know. Like I said, I'll probably do what Tommy says. I'm not investing $150, $200. Unfortunately, I'm still dealing with a lot of health issues, so I'm not really doing a lot of volume. And again, I tell you guys, I share my personal things and business things. I really want to gear up and start buying some liquidation and buying some wholesale. But a matter of finding places, and one of the liquidators Randy and I deal with is up North Jersey, and that's a haul for me. And then for whatever reason, things are going at a premium. But again, I always talk about building relationships, and Randy is very good at that, and he's built relationships with these people. He's buying things for a fraction of what they're selling online for in auctions. So we're trying to find things more local to the Philadelphia area. So I really don't want to sell clothing if I don't have to. And that seems to be a lot of these places are buying, Walmart and Kohl's and Target clothing. So that's what they're liquidating.
Is anyone else out there using VQ for shipping?
I am. Love it.
Yeah, I kind of like it too. I've been using it the past few days, and I think I probably printed a couple $1,000s worth of labels. I found a glitch or two, but I was able to fix that.
And you're getting 5% off every label you print. So if you stick like a credit card on, where you're getting a kickback on that also, now you're doubling up. So it's beautiful.
5% over what? The various other.
No. Off the price of the label.
That's what I'm saying. Over like a Pirate Ship or a U-Ship or any of these other companies.
Well, no, they're the same price. You're just getting a 5% kickback, so it goes into your account.
Okay.
So every time you reach $100, it charges you. So then whatever's in your account comes out of that $100. So 5% of 100, right?
Yeah.
What does the company get? If you can just type it into the chat so people that are interested can check it out.
This is actually supported by Amazon.
And you just type it in chat. I mean,
VEQO. I can't type unless I go and
VEQO.
VEE. 2 E's.
2 E's. VEEQO. QO shipping. Do a Google search, I guess.
Well, like I said, this is an Amazon item. I saw it on Amazon, clicked there, and then I signed up. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, VQ.
That's
it's really easy to sign up for.
Yeah. And it also tracks your inventory. If you pull your platforms in, it'll track all your inventory for you. And I don't think, does it delist on the other side? I don't know. Because I don't really use it.
I don't think so.
I don't think it delists, though.
No, it's not just shipping. It does other things.
Oh, yeah.
What is the monthly fee, right?
No.
No
No
fees.
fees.
Well, so
this is being pushed by Amazon right now. You'll see in there one of the shipping options is Amazon Select or something it's called, or Randy, what's that called? Amazon shipping?
I'm not sure because I didn't hook up Amazon yet. I just hooked up Walmart to see how well it would work.
Tommy, I swear to God, I'm in this chat room. It says join the chat. Then it says connect to comment. Connect your YouTube account to join the live chat, is what it says.
I lobbied StreamYard for 2.5 years to do that. I finally gave up. And then about 6 months after I gave up, they did it. Like, okay, I stopped asking for it and you did it.
Oh.
And they kept saying, Adam, I know you kept asking for this. We have it now. Oh, great.
Tommy, that's why I have the worst damn reselling show, period. Okay?
Randy figured it out. I mean, but I guess he's more technically inclined than us.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to, in the middle of the thing, wind up on the YouTube channel with backfeeding. That's I
got you. You're a professional, Mike. I appreciate that. Okay, guys.
Nothing to comment on, Tommy.
Okay. Again, guys, if there are any questions for Randy and Mike, I do have Randy's website listed in the description of this video. I have Mike's YouTube channel listed in the description of this video. All the people in the chat right now obviously both know Mike and Randy. So again, if you're new to my channel or you don't know who Mike is, has a great reselling show. He's on every Sunday evening. Well, not the worst damn reselling show, but
there you go.
But anyway, he's on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern, typically, unless he's cruising or whatever he's doing. But typically, he's on pretty much every Sunday evening. Speaking of which, are you cruising shortly or what?
The second week in December, I go back on the
Okay, so you got a ways to go.
Okay. I would actually be getting ready for a cruise leaving Saturday, but my son decided to pull his honeymoon. So my wife's actually in Orlando right now picking up their dog. They leave for Greece Tuesday. And then
for Greece, that's where they're going for the honeymoon. Wow. Okay.
They're going to Greece.
I heard that Guinness was going to come over there because there is the world's largest mountain of unlisted goods in the world.
No, that's Bob.
That's Bobby.
That's
Yeah.
Bob.
That's New York.
That's Krillin. That's Krillin.
That's me. Yeah, no. Otherwise, I'd be preparing for my trip this week. This was the week we were supposed to go away, but we moved it. My son cost me $150.
I was gonna say you're a VIP. You couldn't move if you had to pay for a fee. Okay.
Oh, you gotta change when you change your dates.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta pay to have it moved, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going in December.
All right, so I just want to bring up real quickly, guys. Are there any questions, especially for Walmart? If you're interested in selling on Walmart, both Randy and Mike are experts on the Walmart platform, e-commerce platform. If you have any questions now, you can pop them in the chat or in the future. Randy is kind enough. I'm sure Mike says it all the time on his show. If you have questions about the Walmart platform, I'll reach out to both of them. If you have any questions, I know Randy, you do monitor my comments, so if anything comes up, you can answer them. So, guys, if there's anybody that's watching this live, and again, I know it's Saturday. Randy is just super, super, super busy, and he was kind enough to come on today, and he reached out to Mike, and appreciate you, Mike, coming as well. So, if there are any questions for these two guys?
I have a question.
Yes.
Why is it that Randy got his website mentioned and not mine?
I didn't mention your website. I had you on YouTube. I can list
I have a website.
I went on your YouTube page. Speaking of your worst damn reselling show, period. And only thing I could do was copy and paste your YouTube channel. I couldn't find I didn't find about section of YouTube, which you should probably have. Not that I'm an expert, but
I have an about.
I couldn't find your about.
It says I suck.
Okay.
No, it does.
I was looking for your email address. I was looking for your Twitter. I was looking for anything I could find about you, and it's like nothing on the YouTube page.
Don't listen to a word I ever say.
What do you want? Do you want to share that? Or do you just
what my FlippinGoodies.com website?
FlippinGoodies.com. Okay.
It's simple. FlippinGoodies.com.
What I'll do is after we get off the show, I will click on that and make sure everything is working properly, and then I will add that to the video.
I've listened to quite a few YouTubers recently talking about starting their own website.
Right.
That can be a big if you're going to start your own website.
Right.
That's a problem. If you want to do it, get on like Shopify or BigCommerce or one of the other ones. I forget the names of all of them because I'm on Shopify. I can tell you this much. I've had that site now 3 years. My organic traffic has grown year after year, and my sales have grown year after year on the website. So when I sell there, I'm only paying 1% fee to Shopify. So it's a beautiful thing. Now it does cost money, obviously, but
yeah, it's not inexpensive.
Yeah, you can't expand without spending money. And if you're going to do your own website, oh my God, you're probably going to lay out what, 25 to $5 grand, 2,500 to 5,000 to do that.
Yeah, I don't even know how much it costs to pay somebody.
I'm just saying, unless you know how to code.
Well, yeah, I mean, people know how to code.
Good luck.
All right, guys. I'm not seeing any questions in the chat, so this is my typical closing. Guys, if you're getting value from my channel, please consider helping me offset my expenses. I have Buy Me Coffee, PayPal, and Cash App, and there's also a link to Randy's website, which I just mentioned. You can buy delicious coffee, spices, and candy. Randy's kind enough to pay me a small commission. No cost to you guys. You buy something from him, just put A&E next to your registering on your site. I have Mike's website as well. I'll put that once the video uploads. FlippinGoodies.com. I'll have that in the description section as well if you want to buy anything from Mike. Do you have any closing comments, guys, or we're gonna call it a day?
I think goodbye.
Mike?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right, guys. See you next time. Talk to you later. Take care now.